This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about the next match. And boy, Benoit was the MVP of this show. He's pulling double duty. Not only did he have a pinfall match with Angle, he had a submission match with Angle, and then a ladder match with Angle. He's on the losing effort there. But now he's teaming with Chris Jericho to win what was essentially a tag team gauntlet match to become number one contenders. Benoit, of course, is the mystery partner of Jericho and winds up wrestling 5 different falls on the night. The match opens with APA over Dean Malenko and Perry Saturn in just about a minute and a half. Farouk gets the pin on Saturn there after a spine buster. Then the APA beat the Dudleys in just under 5 minutes. They get a lot of the trademark spots in here. This is actually one of the most heated matches on the show, according to Meltzer. He says Dudley's did the old Road Warrior Doomsday device on Bradshaw and the Wazap on Farouk. And the place goes nuts for the get the table spot. But then Bob and Crash Holly run out, and Bob does the whiplash powerbomb on Devon through the table, and Bradshaw pins Bubba with the clothesline from hell. So the third match is X Factor beating APA, and Meltzer says Bradshaw didn't seem to like selling much for the smaller guys. Albert interferes and ends up leading to the win, tripping Bradshaw and holding his legs to keep him from kicking out when X-Pac covered him. Then X Factor beats the Hardy Boys in what's probably a bit of a surprise. 3 minutes and 11 seconds is all they get. It's very short. Matt setting up the twist of fate on X-Pac, but Credible hits Matt with the super kick, and X-Pac gets the pin. And now it's time for Benoit and Jericho to come out. Of course, Benoit is the mystery opponent. They go just over 5 minutes. There is a ref bump, but Meltzer still loved it and called it real good. Benoit winds up using the crossface on Credible, and Jericho's using the walls on X-Pac. So it's a double submission. And now here it is, the final fall. Benoit and Jericho are going to take on Edge and Christian. They go 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Another very good match. Meltzer gave it 3.5 stars overall. Edge and Christian are going to tease the concerto, but they miss, and Benoit takes down Christian, gets that crossface for the submission, and Benoit gets the hand raised here. It's a hell of a night for Benoit. 5 different falls on a single pay-per-view. You know, even though he lost to Angle, it's what's the old cliche? It's not who goes over, it's who gets over. This is Chris Benoit's night here. He's a made man, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. It helped make him become a made man. You know, for some of us, he was already made.
Yeah.
He was made, in my view, when I hired him.
Absolutely.
I've always believed in his work. He's one of those kind of guys, if somebody sent you a clip or whatever, he was always featured. For whatever reason, fans loved his work. I think it was because of his intensity. He was relentless. You couldn't see through his stuff. It was not weak. So, yeah, this just helped enhance all that, Conrad. You're right about that. We got our money's worth out of Chris on that night. And again, you know, taking aside what happened in the last many hours of his life and how that tragically ended, it's hard to look at Chris's work, strictly his work, only his work, from bell to bell, and cast any aspersions on it. He was that good. Although I think from the first time I saw him until the last time I saw him, I thought he was always going to be considered a top 10 guy globally. One of the best I ever saw. And he could work with anybody. He made guys better because he got them off their ass. He'll beat the shit out of you if you're trying to take a day off and phone it in with him. So, but man, we had some good tag teams. And the nice thing about it is that even in these shorter matches, Conrad, the presentation was pretty damn strong. They didn't have time to tell this great long or high arcing story, but they got the job done in the time that they were allowed to put their work in. And that's a credit to every tag team in this gauntlet match.
It's an incredible roster too. Let's just run through the talent that's in this gauntlet match. Bradshaw. There you go. Farouk, Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn, the Dudley Boys, Justin Credible, Sean Waltman, Matt and Jeff Hardy, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho. The whole lot's full of Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remarkable how deep the tag team division is. First up, we got William Regal pinning Rikishi in 3 minutes and 57 seconds. Meltzer would say this was also more like a quick television match. Amazing how quick Rikishi has fallen from TV main eventer against Austin all the way to losing clean in the opener in just 2 weeks. Ross mentioned Rikishi was going in with a shoulder injury. Regal did his usual tough offense with the legit looking forearms and knees. Regal also bled after being hit with the stairs, and they built to a stink face spot with Regal doing his great facials with a lot of heat. Regal came back almost immediately with a flying neck breaker for the pin, $1.25. Let's talk about Rikishi. Why do you think, this happened so quickly? Is it because he was injured? I mean, that would explain the shortness of the match, right?
Oh yeah. I think he was, he might've been due for a surgery on that shoulder, because I don't think anybody knew exactly how the severity of it. Another point, first match, 2 really good talents.
Yep.
Did you really need to go to the stairs in the first match?
Nope.
Trying to do more. Let's get this in. And so the influences were erroneous. Why? That was either the agent suggested it or the talent suggested it. I can tell you that I bet money that Regal didn't suggest it, because he's smart enough, fundamentally sound enough. Not that Rikishi wasn't, but God almighty, he used the stairs in the first match.
First match
Didn't make any sense.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.